Hello everyone, it's Amy and welcome to my channel. Today I just wanted to show you a calendar journal that I made for my daughter, and I made one for each of my daughters. They're almost the same, and so I'll show you the other one in another video. So what I did was I made a removable charm that I just put on a binder clip, and I think that because these are calendars, if they actually want to use them as a calendar, a daily calendar, they're not going to really want to have the tassel on the book. And so it's just made with a bunch of fibers, and then on here where I tied my tassel together, on the end of those ties I just put a little pig with a heart and an owl, and those are for my mother and my father. And because Papa loves owls, they're one of his favorite things. They're one of my most unfavorite things, but we have a lot of them because he likes them. And when my mom and dad first moved up here next to us and put a house up on the front of our property, as a housewarming gift, we bought my mother a pig. So my mom named her Beauty. We had her for about 4 years. She was huge. And so that's what the charms are for my girls. And I just put a little bit of the bling around the top to cover up where it was tied. I put a rubber band tie on it. And so you just pull on the tie and that comes right off. And then this is adjustable. This knot is not real tight, so you can loosen the knot and move it down if the book gets real fat. So, and I just hooked that on with a button, a wooden button that says love. And then I did put a piece of the button behind that, and so that there would be enough room for the string to go around. I'm going to take this journal clip off. And that just clips off just like a regular clip. And then they could just hang that up somewhere else if they would like to. On the inside we also have another button, and yes, it is upside down, and that is for a reason, because these journals are reversible, and so if you reverse it, the button needs to be this way in order to be right side up if it's on the outside. And I'll show you how to reverse it on the next one. Since they're both about the same, we'll go through this one, and then the other one we'll go through a little bit faster. But the way that I did this, I just put a verse here at the top, and then this book belongs to, and I left this blank so in case they wanted to fill in just their name, or they might want to put their name and address or their name and phone number, I left it so that they could do that however they wanted. There is, all of the pockets are actually tucks, so that if something's a little bit too big, it doesn't have to fit in that pocket. And I just put a few journaling cards in each one, and they can journal front and back on these, because I want them to be able to slide, if they want to use it, receipts or business cards or anything like that in here, so that they'll have room for this to expand a little bit. And then on the blank pages, on about half of them I lined them and half of them I left blank. So here is January, and on each of the months I put lace, so that way it's easier to get to the months. You know that the month is one with the lace on it. And then there is a blank page, and here is February. And then this is the back of March. There's March and April. And I put 4 months in each signature. And then in the center we just have some tea-dyed paper that's lined. And then I did go ahead and I put some photo slips in here. And I did put some journaling cards in there just so that they would know that they could put things behind there. They want to keep things there. This is my youngest daughter, and this was one of her graduation pictures. And then we have a picture when she was younger. She had a broken arm. My husband and her were making chocolate chip cookies one day when she was little, and I was at work, and he called me and said, "Meet me at the hospital, Stephanie broke her arm." She wasn't even crying, and I said, "Well, what makes you think that?" He goes, "Oh, believe me." So I met him at the hospital, and sure enough, her arm was just dished just like that. It was broken. But so from that point forward, when my husband made chocolate chip cookies, we called them broken arm cookies. So here she is with her little pony Hawk when she was younger. And then here she is jumping blazing. And my girls both did the fair. And then my youngest daughter, she did also jump in jumping shows. And here she is dressed up in her daddy's work gear. That's his climbing belt and his helmet. So, and then we start the back of the section. The front of these cardstock is where the calendar pages are, and then this is the second half. So I did stencil all of these, but light enough so they could be written on. And I just put one journal card in the back of each one, and then they can journal here, and then they've got the pockets in each of these. So this one has stars, says I can do everything through him who gives me strength. And then it says go seek, explore, wonder, and be free. And I got all of these journaling cards out of a pad of paper. So, and then I have this journaling card, and it says believe down here, stenciled. And these are just very, very simple. Now this is a belly band that I made using Sonia Steptoe's. She showed how to make like crazy quilts and different embroidery stitches and everything. So I went ahead and I made this one for my daughter, my youngest. And all of these fabrics are fabrics that were in the quilt that my mother made her for her graduation. My mother made all of the kids a quilt for their graduation. And so these were the leftover pieces from that quilt. There might be a few extras that aren't in the quilt, but most of them are the ones from her quilt. Excuse me. And then behind the belly band, I just have this pad of paper, and on the tab of here, I just put a little moon and stars. So, and that to me just, you know, the wonders of the sky in the evening always reminds me of how blessed we are. So, and then I did put just a piece of lace here, just because then it covers up where the book sticks out. And then there's one last page in the signature, and this is where my girls went to school. So I ripped this out of a book that I got from the library and put it in here. And then here we have a little thing that says made with real honey, and this is off of one of Papa's graham cracker boxes because graham crackers are his big thing. So, and then just a couple of little library cards. And then this is just a card, and 7 is her birthday. And then on here there's a picture of a roadrunner, and under the roadrunner it said a roadrunner visiting in the book. So I cut that out and put that on there because one day I was talking to her on the phone and she's like, get off my truck. I'm like, what are you talking about? She said, there's a roadrunner on my truck and he won't get off. He was walking around on the back of her truck, so I just thought that was appropriate. And then we have the back of a paper clip here, and this is one of the fabric paper clips. That way she can go ahead and she can clip things under there, or she can clip things under there. And this is the start of our second signature. So I just have a band here, and then I got these cards, and this one I stamped family on because it's got the roots of the trees, and that's where your family is. And then those who do not believe in magic will never find it, with the little fairies on it. So I thought that those were really pretty, and that one is also stenciled on. And then we start the second set of months. So we have May and June and July and August. And I left all of these very flat in the front so that when they went to write on them, they wouldn't have problems. And then we have our center signature, and then one more photo frame. And this is her at the State Horse Show, and she's showing her buckle there that she won at the horse show. It had been a long day. And then here we are, we took a trip to Florida, so that's the whole family. Here she is with her saxophone. And then here she is with her sister. For her sister's last vacation, we went on a cruise. That's where her sister wanted to go. For her last vacation, like during their senior year, she wanted to jump. So that's where she did her jump shows in 11th and 12th grade instead of taking a big vacation. And then here she is for Christmas one year with all of her Christmas presents. And then here she is with Papa. And then here she is with my mom. So those are some nice pictures for her to have good memories with. And then we just have pockets again, and in each one of these, and half of them open out to the outside, and then half of them open to the inside in case you have something you don't want to slip out possibly. So, and then we have another journaling card here with all the stenciling in the tuck spots, and one more here for her to stencil on. And then the last one is one of the lace tucks. And then again, this one has a little heart on it, because I send them all my love. And then this just has lined paper inside. And again, this is the back page, so there is a paper clip. And on the other side is the fabric, part of the fabric paper clip. So, and then the final signature. Again, I have another set of these cards, and I stamped this one with I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening underneath the moon. And my kids used to love to sing that song. And then this one says, if you can dream it, you can do it. So I thought that those were pretty. And then we have, again, the start of our months. So we have September, October, November, and December in the last signature. Then we have our center. And in the center of this one, this is one of the pages I got out of the Floral magazine, or the Floral book. And so this one I sewed because it's plastic, so I didn't want it to come apart. And because it's plastic, they don't rip. And this is a pocket then, if they have important things that they want to put in their pocket. And then I just put a magnetic closure on there so that it would stay closed and not come open. And then the final set of journaling cards in the back. And again, this one has a little peace sign. And I just did one in each of these. Simply good and dreaming. Papa could read this one when I showed it to him. He said, now. So I had to read the live life now for him because he couldn't see that part. And then the final one, life is a balance of holding on and letting go, and live simply, expect little and give much, love extravagantly. Live every day with gratitude. And then it says 365 extraordinary days. So, and then on the very back cover, these are just little sticky notes. And so I put those in there again with another paper clip. And on the very back cover, I've just pinned just a little embellishment that I made. And I just put a paper clip in the bottom to hold this in. And this is a zoo we used to take our kids to when they were younger. And I got this when my husband and I went out for one of our weekends. I got this card. And then I put it on a solid cardboard. So this can be used, this back side, whenever you want to write somewhere. And if there's something bulky on the other side, or well, I guess behind it, then you can take this and you can put it in here. And that gives you a writing table, you know, a solid place to write on anywhere in the book if there's something bulky in your way. So that is the journal that I made for my youngest daughter. And I will come back and show you the one that I made for my oldest daughter and show you how they are reversible. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope that this gives you some ideas if you want to make a, and these are all hooked in with the rubber bands on the spine. And that's why I didn't do anything with the spine. And I didn't put anything on the front or the inside covers so that they could be reversible. But just remember when you're doing calendar journals not to put too much in them. I actually took out every other page. I had, besides the calendar pages, I had a blank page between each one, and it was just too fat. But if somebody actually wants to carry it around, this you can carry in your hand nicely if you want to take it somewhere or just grab it off your table and use it. You know, the fat books, the journaling books, they're made to be fat, but you know, you're going to pretty much keep those at home. So that's why I did it this way, and I did it a lot plainer than you may see other journals. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope that you like this calendar, and I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.